Do we expect a lot of goals on Sunday at both ends, maybe? Yeah.
I encourage our fans to come to the stadium because we will have fun.
I know that Pep pretty much just messes with journalists for his own entertainment now, but he wasn't wrong. For the umpteenth season in a row, a Man City Tottenham Hotspur match has succeeded in giving us the entertainment we all deserve. I wouldn't be lying if I said that I expected Spurs to get battered from the outset, but then I quickly remembered that it doesn't really matter what form they're in, Spurs will always find a way to make Pep Guardiola question his life. I guess this is what a 3.09 xG versus 0.56 xG in a 3-3 draw does to a man. But of course, at this very moment, this result is somewhat significant. For both teams, it signifies a bit of an ongoing slump. For the rest of the top of the table, it leaves us in a place we've been in before. I love making these kinds of videos. Let's talk about it. Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. It seems like ages since we were all ready to declare Spurs as the Premier League winners 23-24 back in October. Wow, how times have changed since then. I was of the opinion that they would be fine if they, got a whole bunch of injuries, lost their heads in a derby match, got 2 of their players sent off. I really didn't think that would be the catalysts for their downfall. Man, I was wrong. Who would have thought? Before we get into all of that, let's talk about the match at hand. Spurs vs Man City is always a cracker of a match, whether it's the actual end result just being an upset or the gameplay being up and down. We all kind of know what we're getting ourselves into. Heung-min Son definitely got the memo. Within 5 minutes, it was basically all Man City. They had, basically like 100% possession. If early indicators of a game are anything, we kind of all knew where this one was going. But none of that really mattered because this man made sure he had an impact on the game. It sucked that it was for both teams. Within 3 minutes, Son's goal for Spurs basically just epitomizes what this fixture is. City is in the ascendancy, with Spurs failing to even get out of their own final third, let alone their half. Yet, after a lightning quick break, Guardiola has his head in his hands, and then he just gets unlucky with the deflection. He clearly had no clue what was going on here. And City's second goal was basically just a training exercise. When these guys are zipping the ball across and they're just doing this crazy 1-2 touch football in your own box, what are you supposed to do? The answer is not much. Just look at the space that Phil Foden has here before he taps it in. This is the opposition's goal, by the way. 2-1 at halftime was a scoreline that greatly flattered Spurs. They should have been a lot more down. Jeremy Doku was hitting the crossbar. Alvarez was hitting the post. Haaland was missing sitter after sitter. I don't know. Maybe his circuitry is a bit messed up or banged up recently. Who knows what's going on. Lo Celso's equalizer was just the universe forcing this match to give us more. Great goal, by the way. Jack Grealish has only made 3 starts this entire Premier League season. I don't think Jeremy Doku's the best thing that's happened to him in his life. But all the same, because of that, it had to be him that scored the third, right? And then Kulusevski with the equalizer in the 90th minute was again the universe giving the people what they want. Man left Nathan Ake in the dust and made LeBron James proud in the process. Well done, man. And what would this fixture, and more so this season, look like without a 95th minute incident that will pretty much be a massive talking point for the next few days at the very least, maybe even longer. Haaland is fouled, but Man City are through on goal. Advantage is called, yet seconds later, for reasons unknown to mankind, the ball is brought back for a free kick. Again, Man City were in possession. For legal reasons, I'm not going to throw around any accusations, but I think that somebody might have had some money on a draw. Again, my legal team has advised me to not say who. This is definitely up there with the worst refereeing decisions that we've seen all season, and that's saying something because there've been a lot. To be fair, it does look like Simon Hooper was caught between minds and even blew his whistle a little bit maybe, right here, faintly. I wish I could find the freeze frame of this man's face as soon as he blew the whistle and he realized what just happened. That is the face of a man that knows he just made an oopsie. Anthony Taylor is standing here while Pep is yelling at him, thanking God that he's not going to be on apology writing duty this time. Another blockbuster Premier League match this year that is going to be overshadowed by refereeing decisions. It is what it is. Looking at the bigger picture, this match is just one match in a series of winless results for both teams domestically. Like I said in the intro, Spurs have suffered a rather disheartening decline in results. At the end of October, they were 5 points ahead at the top of the table. The positivity was overflowing left, right, and center. Now not so much. 4 games later, and they've conceded 11 goals, lost 3 in a row, and drawn 1. It's unfortunately very tough. But not surprising. This is the amount of squad depth they have right now. But we do have to give credit where credit is due. They've suffered a decline in results, not necessarily performances. If you actually watch their gameplay, they're not playing too badly. Just throw this Man City game to the side. But even still, in that second half against Man City, when they turned up, they really did turn up. That Lo Celso goal, when it came, it didn't look out of place, despite the fact that they were getting dominated throughout the entire first half, and some of the second. Man City, on the other hand, have their own kinda similar problems. No paper-thin squad depth here, but at the same time, there is nobody in world football that can fit into a Kevin De Bruyne-shaped hole. Alvarez is unbelievable, but at the same time, you kinda get what I'm trying to say, right? Even still, perhaps that's not actually their problem. In City's last 4 matches, they've conceded 10. Every time a team counters against them, it looks like something's about to happen. The defense isn't looking too good. It only took Son 1 breakaway. The first one too. Erling Haaland seemed a bit off too, and you can't really blame it on service either. Not when he's missing open goals. But, and this is a big but, I'm not going to, and I implore you not to, entertain any news or any kind of fear-mongering about City crises. They're not in crises. We all know what's going to happen in April, so listen, if they're still in crises come March, then maybe I'll entertain it a little bit. Until then,
just enjoy them, man. We're lucky
very
to be in
different
this time.
Elsewhere, Arsenal sit above everyone else. I only caught the second half of this one when they were already 2 goals up. And even though a win is a win, that was an unnecessarily tight one, with a nervous finish that really shouldn't have been one at all. Lots of opportunities to finish the game off, none of them really taken. I'm sure Arteta gave them a pretty nasty hairdryer at the end of it. I'm trying to think of some sort of joke about Arteta loving hairdryers and having great hair, but I can't think of anything. Sorry, guys. I'm writing a video about Aston Villa right now, so I've been watching them for the past couple of weeks. I watched their match against Bournemouth on Sunday, just for Bournemouth to trouble them the entire match, make them look not too special, and for Ollie Watkins, who had done nothing for the entire 90 minutes, to pop up with an equalizer. To be fair, it was a great match with some really good moments, good spells for both teams. Dominic Solanke was being abused all match, taking a free kick to the face, then getting his nuts kicked in, but he was very dangerous, even got Bournemouth second. What that did mean, however, was that I did not watch Liverpool vs Fulham, another potential match of the season, from what it seems. Every one of Liverpool's goals was a banger, and instead of watching it live, I had to sit and watch the highlights like a dickhead. As for Manchester United, and there we have it. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, feel free to follow all the socials. That's all for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you're having a great day. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.